Hello, humans and dogs. Welcome to the dog behind the human. With me, Dog Coach Francis, and my wonderful co-host, Miss Tina Ryan. Tina, how are you?
Hi, Coach. I'm really, really well. A bit tired, but very happy that I got to see my baby after 2 weeks. And
Hmm.
thank you so much for taking good care of him. My goodness. My boy looks so handsome and happy. Parang mahirapan nata akong iuwi siya, Coach. He's so
Well,
happy
he is
there with you. Anyway, I hope
smart,
you had a wonderful
and
day.
yeah, well, Kobe is very smart, and he's been playing extra. Well, he's being extra playful when it comes to our puppy playtime. Pero I think he is really on the right track for finishing and completing the program. Basic obedience is not going to be too much of a hurdle for him. He's very smart. And well, you mentioned that he's guapo for a dachshund. I'm not saying na meron pangit ng dachshund, pero he's just extra cute because of the color, diba? So I know
Yeah,
that you're,
the markings, the markings.
yeah, and kanina you were super just no, parang ecstatic, parang if I can just take photos of you smiling, parang ayaw mong iwan si Kobe. Pero well, thank you for again trusting us with the training and care for Kobe in the meantime. All right, today,
Thank you for taking care of him, Coach.
much welcome. And today, well, for this episode, we have our spatial guest, diba? Tina, sino ba yung special or spatial guest natin for this episode?
Our very special guest this evening, ladies and gentlemen, let's all welcome Miss Janice Racelis.
There you go.
Hi
There you
guys.
go.
Okay.
Ayan. Just to give you a background, Janice, say hi.
Hi guys.
Hi,
Hi everyone.
Frodo.
Thanks for having us. Me and Frodo are here, but I'm gonna put him down now. He's just gonna be here in bed.
All right. So, Janice, maybe you can give us a quick background of what is it that you do?
Um at the moment I am a voice actor. I do commercials, I voice for a channel. I am a dubbing actor and director. So have anything that's got to do with my voice, where I can use my voice, that is my profession. I also used to be a DJ, so I worked like two offices down away from Tina Ryan, so that's how we know each other.
Ayan. So, yung nga actually susunod kong tanong eh, how'd you meet? Pero,
Yeah.
kanina, before we went live or before we started recording, it sounded like you were super close. Ano ba yung mga, gaano ba kalalim yung friendship ninyong dalawa?
Malalim ba?
Kami ni
Parang,
Janice, Coach,
yeah.
kasi, diba? We're from the same company. She's from a different radio station. But I try to, get the girls
She
to
does.
spend time with each other, di ba? Doon ako magaling,
From
Coach, eh.
different
Pag, ano,
stations. Yeah.
from different stations. Pag may time, I try to gather all the girls para lang, empower each other and touch base. And I don't know, Janice, how long has it been since you
Left
went on
radio?
air? So, yeah.
I left in 2016, so about 4 years ago. Yeah.
So same time as me. And which station was that? That was Wave, diba?
No, the last station I worked for
Jam,
was
Jam.
wow, K Light. I was there.
Ay,
Your last
K-Light pala,
station was my
K-Light.
live
Okay,
station.
yeah. I'm
Although
sorry.
I was with Wave for 7 years, pero I transferred back to
That's
K
right,
Light.
K-Light.
Yeah. And then that was also your last station, wasn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
K-Light as well. Ayan, Coach. So, kakasama kami. So, parang pabadging-badging kami sa mga sister station.
All right. So,
Sister
teka,
station.
hindi ba kayo nagkaroon ng parang competition? I know, I understand you're on the same company or same network, sister stations or whatnot. Pero
Not between us,
competition, is
no.
there such a thing?
If
Maybe
there
for
is, friendly, no? Super friendly competition, but
not between
never
us, not between us. Maybe the morning shows would have the competition, but between us specifically, no, not at all.
Cool. Pero,
And
well,
Coach, si Janice is also a plantita, not only like a fur mom who loves Frodo. She's also a plantita, and we're like literally neighbors, tatlong tumbling lang, but we just never get to see each other
Because of
dahil
COVID.
well, COVID, and then ang schedules namin di rin mag-match. But
Right,
I
right.
got to see her during COVID because she gave me a plant, which I killed.
And the last time we no, but the last time we really spent time together was when we were watching It. I got her
Oh
to
my
watch
gosh,
a
yeah. She
horror
made me
movie
work.
and she kept screaming. And every time she would scream, I would laugh. So ako natatawa sa movie. Siya, she just kept on screaming
Ano,
and
Coach?
screaming.
Nanonood siya na parang cartoons lang yung nakaganon lang siya. How can you do that? Ako atakihin ako sa puso.
You know,
Siya, she
she's
was just so
funny.
wow.
relaxed.
Wow.
I love horror.
Anyway, thank you for joining
Right.
us, Janice.
Oh no, thank you for
Now, I
inviting
was
me.
mo-
This is my
moving
first
forward.
podcast ever, huh? I've never done anything like this before, so you pretty much popped my cherry.
Ayan, can you guys hear me now?
Yes, we
Yeah.
can hear you. Right. Yeah, we can hear you, Tina. So, first podcast. Well, we feel
Oh,
honored. Thank you so
thank
much
you.
for taking the invite.
I wouldn't normally do this, but since Tina Ryan asked, I said, okay.
Woohoo!
It's because we both love dogs and we both
Yeah.
love plants. And
Right.
we're really neighbors. So I'm just trying to develop that good neighbor relationship, especially after this is all over. Pero
Yeah.
Coach, alam mo, I was so surprised because not only, parang ang alam ko lang kay Janice is, yeah, she's an amazing voiceover and that she does all these commercials. And you're still the official voiceover for
Shop TV.
shopping?
Shop TV.
Shop TV. Competition na tayo
There
ng
you
shopping.
go.
Other competition yon. Shop TV, and I've been with them for over 10
So
years. I
Shop
think
TV.
14 years na. Hindi pa sila nagsasawa sa
Oo,
akin,
diba?
thank goodness.
Imagine mo yung coach.
Yeah.
14
Oo,
years?
imagine mo yung
You're
coach,
the
14
voice.
years. And then when I called,
Yeah, well, I mean,
after
14 years, why would you
ilang
replace
commercials
her,
na niya
diba?
nagawa?
Oh, sometimes kasi stations tend to do rebranding. Tina Ryan was a voice of a channel as well. Can we tell them which one it is? Which one was your channel? Pwede bang sabihin for you, Tina?
Hello, that was like just 1 year. You're with the same company for 14 years and you've done endless commercials. I've only done 2, Coach. 2.
No, still, but you were still part of it. So I mean, you know how and she replaced somebody. So sometimes it really happens that you have to rebrand and change the voice. And I just got lucky that they haven't thought about it yet. But let's not give them ideas.
All right. So, si Tina kasi,
Pero
well,
Coach,
before
it's one thing for voice, like a voiceover. Ano ba to? Parang, how do you say that? To become a director. Diba?
what kind of a director?
I'm a dubbing director. You know those
Oh.
teleseries that you see and it's being dubbed into a different language. I direct it as well as I voice acting it. I'm a voice actor too.
Wow. Wait,
Yeah.
wait. Before we go ask another question, what's your favorite gig that you've done as a director or a voiceover talent for?
I can't name the project, but if you're talking about as a voice talent, definitely dubbing. I love dubbing so much.
Okay.
Dubbing,
Well,
kasi you get to be Mataray, I get to do many voices. I can
or
be a
maybe you
little
can give us
kid.
a sample. A sample. If you can't name the project,
Can
give
you
us a
give me
sample.
like a
Sample.
Mataray.
Okay. I have to, mas maganda if you don't see me para you can really picture. Hang on.
Okay. Teka.
I super love Tina Ryan. Is Tina Ryan there? Tina Ryan, are you there? Tina Ryan.
Where
is Tina Ryan? I just wanted to say, dog coach Francis, that you are very much somebody that I would like to meet one day so that I could introduce my dog to you. Dog's name is Frodo.
Wow.
Okay, so I have to
Wow.
get out there because if you
Y-
see the face, medyo hindi mo maano eh.
Yeah, that was amazing and scary.
Coach,
So
di ko kaya yun.
parang may ibang tao na sumama dun sa show.
It's a skill,
Amazing.
coach. It's some dubbing is another world I've never tried.
Oh, there's
Kasi
one I
sobrang
can
ang
promote.
gagaling na nila eh.
There's one show that I
Oo.
can promote. I'm allowed to because I was allowed to say it on Facebook. There's a show that just premiered last night on ETC. It's a Tagalized Turkish series called Everywhere I Go, and I'm one of the voices there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Well,
Ooh!
pangarap ko maging dubber dati kasi di ba? I love anime. I love watching
I've
all
done
sorts of
cartoons
anime
too.
shows.
Yeah.
So, that was like a dream growing up. I never really got to practice that, pero I love what you do.
Thank you.
Baka maybe it's too late na para sa akin because well,
No,
I
Janice,
believe
is
it's a
it too late
skill.
for us?
It's never too late for. That's the beauty of voice acting. Eh? Doesn't matter how old you are. Doesn't matter what you look like. It just matters that you have one. First of all, a beautiful voice. Second, you can do many voices, and you have well, you have a good working. What's the name? Basta magandang work ethic. There you go. Good working ethic. Good ethics.
Oy, meron ako nun. I just can't change my voice. Si Coach, di ba? Ang ganda na ng timbre ng boses eh. Voice
Yeah,
over
yeah.
dati yan ng
What?
college. Eh.
Basta you can do
Oops.
many voices kailangan because kailangan mapakinabangan ka to do many roles in one show.
Wow.
Yan, si Coach.
So when you're watching a show, when you're watching those dubbed series, it's not just like for example, may makita kang character, probably 2 or 3 of those characters are being voiced by the same person. Dapat ganun yun.
Wow. Ang
Yeah.
hirap nun.
Did you know that, Coach? No, I didn't know that.
Tina, can you do a quick sample of any voice, and then we're gonna have Janice rated from 1 to 5?
Grabe
I
naman.
can't, Coach. Kasi
Come on.
Coach, kung kaya ko, nagda-dubbing na rin ako. Hindi ko talaga maiba yung boses ko. But I can do like,
But
I can
but she
sing.
can do
I can
commercials.
sing like, I can sound like
Yes.
Britney Spears or who else ba?
Don't you consider that
Yeah, pero
like
not
dubbing?
as often as you guys do. Ibang klase, ibang level tong mga to, Coach. Ibang level, I'm telling you.
Dubbing kasi,
Napag-iwan na
kailangan
ako
mong pantayin
namilya.
eh. Kailangan mo pantayin sa video. You have to match it. You have to talk and end at the same time that their mouth does. You have to really watch that.
Yeah, wow, amazing. Ang kaya ko lang naman yung in a world where one man
What's his
tries
name?
to
Don
change.
LaFontaine?
Wow,
Yeah,
trainer
idol.
voice.
I
Oh,
love
diba?
Don LaFontaine. Yeah, yung mga in a world where one man is gonna change the future.
There's a...
Oh, you know
Ganun.
pala. So you can do. Oh, that's your second voice. So I'm hearing you can do
Ah,
your voice is so
hey! Yeah, maybe I should
far.
stop being a dog trainer.
No, but the great thing about dubbing kasi and in the VO world, it's you practically own your own time. You can schedule it different times and
Oh,
you can be like busy
bye,
half the week.
guys.
Tapos, or maybe 4 hours a day ka lang busy, the rest okay ka na. So you can have dubbing as your part-time or voiceover. Di ba you've done
Wow.
commercials then?
Grabe ako, walang second voice. Nakakahiya. Diba?
Try a higher voice. Try it a young kid. I'm sure you can. Let's hone your skills. Try to make it super high. Or maybe you can try sounding like a little boy. Do I sound like a
Wow.
little boy right now?
Wow.
Kale, my gosh, Jan.
I
Yes,
volunteer
yes.
as tribute.
Listen mo.
I can sound like a man in the morning pagkagising ko.
All right. You know what? Let me just relate that to dogs. Yung dogs kasi, they also vocalize and depending on the dog breed, kaya nilang
Wow.
baguhin din yung mga voice nila. They have different tones for they want you to come closer or maybe they are hurt. And compared to wolves don't really vocalize too much. Instead of parang they just growl and then howl to inform the others. Pero generally wolves should be quiet because especially when they're hunting, they need to be
Yeah.
stealthy. Pero for dogs, mas maingay sila and they have copied that and evolved with the humans to be much more vocal. So that's an interesting thing. Na parang pinag-usapan natin, hey, you know what? That's one different thing about difference between humans and dogs. Kasi bakit maingay yung dogs? Parang minsan si Kobe, maingay ng konti. Okay? That's
Puro super
because
tahimik.
because that's how they parang evolve with us. And to think that parang humans can actually change voices and pitches, and it's just amazing with what you do as a voiceover.
My dog has this one particular. I do this one voice na sometimes kasi I bring him to the studio. Depends which studio allows me to bring him. And there's one particular character na when I use it, nanginginig siya. Like he doesn't like it, natatakot siya or something. He starts shaking. When I do this
Are you
Lola voice,
serious? Which voice is that?
Frodo.
Okay, like, let's not do that voice, but it's interesting.
Yeah. It's like a cackly old woman. Ganon.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
parang every time I do it, nanginginig siya. Like, Mommy, who are you?
All right. So, Janice, when did you start to really discover that parang, hey, I want to be a voiceover, or I want to be a DJ maybe a few
Oh,
years
the first
back?
thing I did was I was a DJ. Thanks to our common friend Tina, see Ron South. Ron found me on, of all places, Friendster. You remember Friendster?
Oh, the classic Friendster.
This was back in 2003, 2004. And then I would regularly guest on his late night talk show. I would be there like once or twice a week. It was so regular for about a year that after that, merong opening for a newscaster. And then the station manager who came in, Nigel at the time, I was like, why don't you hire me? I'm always here anyway. And he's like, oh, no. Okay. So he offered the job and then it just,
Nigel? Si Nigel?
yeah,
Gamalong?
yeah. I was just like, Nigel, just hire me. I'm here all the time anyway. And then eventually he did. And then as you meet people along the way in the radio industry, some of them have different avenues. Because in the radio industry, in the voiceover world, there are many different avenues. You can be a DJ, you can be a live VO or an events host, you could be a commercial dubber, a commercial voiceover. You could be in dubbing, or you could be one of those jingle singers, or you could be ano pa bang meron? Parang wala na, ubos ko na lahat. So ganon. So it started in 2004 when I officially became part of radio, like official, like I got paid to do it. 2004, a long time ago in my early 20s.
Well,
Oh my
you
gosh. So
mentioned,
I have
yeah, you mentioned Janice na parang, well, until you go professional and you get paid. So compare parang, I'm pretty sure anybody who's gonna be listening or watching would be wondering, how much do voiceovers make? Without saying, giving any figure, does it pay for the rent?
It depends on the project.
Oh,
It
hell
always
yeah.
varies. Yeah. What?
You
Oh,
know
it
that,
varies.
Janice. Oh my
Not
gosh.
not
So
one project,
proportion.
but most of it. That's why with someone like me, I have to explore all the avenues, which is directing, dubbing itself, doing commercials, and sometimes live voiceover, which I don't get to do anymore because of, nobody's allowed to hold events. But those things I have to do. Oh, and ShopTV, because so it can accumulate and it's nice. Sometimes it's dry season because it's the life of a freelancer, diba? Freelancer, sometimes meron, sometimes wala. And sometimes it's like it's all pouring down na para, oh my God, tama na, you have to say no, which is nice. But it always varies. It's not always consistent. Yung commercials naman, usually those are the ones that pay a lot. It depends on the brand. It depends where they use it, kung TV, radio, or for the internet, if it's for YouTube or for social media, or maybe if it's just companies. It really varies. Paiba-iba. The rates always change, and yeah, the rates always change. It depends. It all depends all the time.
Wow. Pero while you're trying to juggle all of these, you also, sabi nga natin dito, the name of the show is The Dog Behind the Human. Do you still get a chance to parang pet your dog? I mean, take
Oh
care of your
yeah.
dog. How do you
Frodo.
do that?
Frodo is 9.5 years old, and I've met a lot of other dogs who are his age who don't get to walk anymore, or yung talagang parang nakikita mo, ang dami na nilang problems and stuff. I think I take very good care of him. And And he's such a well-behaved dog. I
Frodo
don't know
looks
what
like a
I
baby.
Yeah, he behaves like a baby. I don't know what I did, honestly. Parang I think that's all him. He's the one who trained himself to go pee and poo outside. He only does that here pag hindi na niya mapigilan, but he would prefer to do it outside. He's so well behaved. Now when I bring him to the studios while I'm dubbing, okay na okay lang. And he barely barks. I mean, I don't know how he does it. I don't know if my parenting skills for the dog has anything to do with it, but yeah, I mean, if I'm not around, I have a neighbor come in to check on him. So yeah, definitely. And a lot of the work naman I get to do from home as well. So not bad.
Hmm. Well, how long have you had dogs before
Uh,
Frodo?
when I was a kid, I had Japanese Spitz, but I didn't really get close. I actually have a cat. I have a Siamese cat somewhere here who's older than Frodo. So I think Frodo is officially my second dog. But Frodo is
Hmm.
the first one that I took care of as an adult. Of parang sa akin talaga, my own.
All
Like I
right.
know, Janice, the when it comes to dubbing, it take, di ba matagal yan? Like
Yeah.
how many hours during like a dubbing set, like during the day, would you spend and like have to leave Frodo when you have to do it?
Uh, the average is you dub 5 episodes per session. So
Mm-hmm.
usually, kaya mo yan in 4 hours. 4 hours
Oh,
of dubbing.
okay. So it's
Yeah.
not so.
It's
I
not
thought
so
it was
bad.
like an all day, like an eight
Dir-
hour. Oh, what are we gonna
directing
do
is
with
all day.
Frodo? Ganon.
Directing
Okay.
is all day. That's the one that's hard.
Yun. So who takes care of Frodo pag nagdidirect ka ng dubbing mo?
Well, before it, when I was not single yet, the
Oh my
boyfriend
God, we
did.
have to
But
catch up.
now, it's I have a neighbor, a lovely neighbor, who is uh, also kind of like an events host and stuff. Almost does the same thing that we do, except she's the face. She is my neighbor. She just lives a few doors down, and I gave her the key, and she checks on Frodo when I'm not around.
See,
Hmm.
Coach, ganyan katagal na kami di nakikita. Hindi ko alam na nagbago ang
Yeah.
status.
Wait, baka manood ka. Huwag tayong ganyan. Sige. Move on. Next topic.
Move
All right.
on.
We're still
Well,
friends. We're still very
right.
good friends.
So, while you're out at
Bawi.
work, tapos naiiwan si Frodo dyan sa
Okay lang
house.
siya. He doesn't cry. He doesn't bark. He doesn't make trouble for neighbors. And this is a condominium.
Mm-hmm.
So he's just so well behaved. Like that's the number one thing that people use to describe my dog. He's a Shih Tzu, 9.5 years old, male. So uh, that's it. He's well behaved. He's so behaved. He's so behaved. When I bring him with me out, tas nasa loob kami ng taxi or ng Grab or whatever other cars, he's just there. He sits there. He's just there. Walang angal whatsoever.
Do you give
Galing
him
naman
food
nun.
na laying there lang? Or, of course, water should be free
Yes.
flowing. Pero how about food? Do you just leave it?
Yeah, he's not the type of dog who every time he sees food, lamon agad. He doesn't do that. He
Ah.
he just eats
Hmm.
whenever he's hungry. Sometimes it's there the whole day and he just eats once a day. Doesn't It's all up to him.
Cool.
Wala
All
kasi
right.
siyang
Pero,
kaagaw.
right. For anybody who's going to be listening to the podcast thinking, oh, maybe I should do what Janice does. I'm just going to leave my bag of dog food and then let my Labrador eat as much as he wants. And that while I go
Oh,
to work, I would probably not recommend that. Maybe Janice has done a lot of supervision and then, of course, monitoring what will my dog do if I leave him alone. Maybe I'm going to take a peek. Diba? Is it going to just vacuum all of his food in a minute? Pero again, it requires training, and then not all dogs would be able to do what Frodo is doing. So just a little bit of tip.
yeah.
It might be different for your dog.
And
So,
I
sometimes
think.
he waits until I get home before he eats. It's weird.
Oh my God, how behave is
oh,
this dog? My
I
goodness.
There's this thing I do before I leave just to like make him enjoy. I put treats all over the place, all over my unit, and it's kind of like a good way to test his nose, his senses. So he just sniffs around, and then by the time I get home, I'll look for them. Wala na, ubos na. So meaning nahanap niya siya all over. It's a
Wow.
2 bedroom, so there's enough space for him to try to search around.
I mean, coach, gaano ka-behave si Frodo? Imaginein mo, no? Parang that's the first dog I've heard of na parang walang problem maiwan, hindi
Well,
nagugutom.
Although there is a
siguro,
cat here, so maybe the cat he considers her company.
um,
Cat doesn't like him though.
so so with the question
Ah,
with Tina, sabi mo Tina, parang what's so special about Frodo? I think it's really about genetics. Genetics plays a
Wow.
big part. So you've been very lucky, Janice, na parang Frodo's behaving this way. And a
I'm
lot of
glad, yeah.
people, parang
Because
super
it's
maingit
not
talaga.
me. It's not me. I don't know how to train dogs. I have no idea. I smother
but
him. That's all I do.
coach, I remember Janice. Remember when I picked up when we picked up the plant that you gave me, and then
Mm-mm.
medyo natakot ka because Covey sort of parang semi jumped on you and tried to bite
No,
you.
I wasn't. Hindi ako natatakot sa ganon.
Actually, hindi ikaw
Probably just
natakot.
took me by surprise. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Pero imagine mo, coach, natakot. Ako natakot because I thought, like,
No,
Covey tried to
I
bite
tried to
me.
take him pa nga. I was like, oh, tara na, let's go. He was already in my arms, and I was ready to take him back inside the building with me. Dogs don't scare me, except really big ones. I mean, your dog's still a puppy. He can't do any harm.
I
Right.
can't wait for play date. Paglabas ni Covey sa school, pag-graduate ni Covey sa kindergarten.
Pag-date nila, inuman sesh natin.
Ah,
Si
yeah.
coach sa Zoom natin.
Up the hill lang, somewhere there. Pwede lang ako
Yeah.
mag-roll. When I'm drunk, I'll just roll down the hill to my condo.
All right, I'm just super curious with Frodo now since we're talking about Frodo. Where did you
Grab
get
it.
Frodo? Ano ba siya?
I'm not-
Was he a gift? Did you get it from a breeder somewhere?
Here's the funny story. I was just really thinking about getting a dog. Just really thinking about it. I wasn't even planning on getting one already. So I decided to go around Tiendecitas just to see what are the breeds that are out there and just to kind of explore and see what the options are around. And then I saw Frodo. He and I locked eyes and we were like, I love you. You're the one for me. We're made for each other. So right then and there, I got him. I mean, I know Tiendecitas is probably not like the best place to purchase or whatever, but he was just so perfect. And he became the most perfect dog for me. Come here. Come here.
Parang Janice, parang kanina lang si Covey kay coach. Yung tinginan nila, nagselos ako nung slide coach.
Oh.
That's all about training. That's what we do in training.
Grabe, if you see the way Covey looked at coach kanina, Janice, with all the, parang, he's never looked at me that way.
How long has he been away from you?
2 weeks.
Oh.
2 weeks and 3 more to go, but coach said that when he comes back to me, we're gonna love him even more. So
Was he excited to see you without the separation? He recognized you?
at first I was afraid, coach. I was a little parang pero I think he recognized me right away. Nagsuot ako ng
Good.
shirt na di nilaban, coach, para maamoy.
Seriously? Did you actually do that earlier?
What did you do?
I was just so excited to
Right.
see him earlier.
Siguro, ang masasabi ko with Frodo and with Janice on how they met,
You can do anything
you
to him. He won't care.
you're just super lucky kasi despite where you
Where I
found
got him.
Frodo, diba, background niya, you're just super lucky kasi and he is a hidden gem kasi nag-fit dun sa lifestyle nyo and needs mo. So and the temperament of Frodo just
Perfect, yeah.
swak na swak lang dun sa lifestyle. Pero again, guys,
Not everyone's like,
not everyone's like that. Please, real world. She got lucky. You might not be lucky. Maybe yung dog na makuha nyo may sakit, has aggression, and then you have to go to Coach Francis because my dog just bit me. Well, babalik ko yan. Where'd you get the dog? So again, she got lucky, and maybe she really deserves it. Perfect moment in time that she found this dog, diba, randomly So don't risk
Ang
it.
galing. Ang galing-galing. So when you're not dubbing Janice, anong favorite thing you to do with Frodo? Like, do you guys go out for walks out there, or
Yeah,
just
just
hang out in the
outside the road.
house?
What else? What does he like to do? Yeah, we just hang out and here. I mean, I think he's become like me when we're just like hanging out. He just likes to stay in bed and then nakaganon lang siya, naka-sprawl and everything. Or when we walk naman, okay lang naman din. I mean, because he's like I said, he's so used to traveling. So in a car, he's very behaved, and we can go somewhere else, like to a friend's house, or even tricycle. Because there are tricycles here in our area, and sometimes we'll go to Greenfield and we'll just walk around there. So he can ride. You know, he's been to Pinatubo. I've taken him hiking to Pinatubo already.
Pinatubo.
Yeah, to Pinatubo. He's been
Oh
to
my
Puerto Galera.
gosh.
So nakasakay na siya ng boat. Nakasakay na
Buti
siya
pa
ng
si
ferry.
Frodo, coach, nakapag-hike na sa Pinatubo.
Well
Ako nga,
traveled.
Bonnie
He's been to
Pinatubo lang.
Zambales, Tagaytay,
Ay,
Batangas. Yeah. As long as by
ah,
land, pwede, or by boat. I just don't feel comfortable taking him with me by airplane, so he's never done that.
that never gets
Hmm.
seasick sa boat si
No,
Frodo.
no naman. No, not at all.
Galing.
Maybe anxious, but that's about it.
Okay. How different would your life be now, Janice, if you didn't have Frodo? You think you'd have what do you think will be different na pag wala si Frodo sa buhay mo ngayon?
Oh my God, that's a hard question. What would you be
Diba?
doing if you didn't have Frodo? Oh, that's hard to answer. Have another dog? Is that it? I don't know. I guess have another dog to love. Diba?
Yeah.
You just want all these fur babies with you. Or dog or a cat. I love both naman equally. Although I have to admit, I think I love Frodo more than I love Willow. I'm sorry, Willow. Willow
Willow,
doesn't
you
even
didn't
get to
hear
come
that.
into the bedroom here with me because it's syempre, the cats shed. Shih Tzus don't really shed. Uh, Coach Francis, I have a question. Is there really such a thing as hypoallergenic dog, or is it just the kind of hair that they have for specific breeds?
Wonderful question. So hypoallergenic dogs.
Is that
The thing
true?
is, yeah, it's not true. All dogs, even if it's a poodle, a Shih Tzu, Maltese, a Coton de Tuileries. So these kind of dogs still shed danders. Not necessarily fur, pero they still have
Wow.
danders, parang mga dead skin nila that can just float around the house and can cause allergies or asthma to anybody who has it. So don't get into the hype na parang sinasabi na, oh, get this poodle, get the Shih Tzu, hypoallergenic. No, because they will still shed. They still have danders. Syempre, not as much with a big dog like a Labrador or a Golden Retriever. Syempre, the bigger the dog, the more dander. And then
Okay.
difference kasi with Shih Tzus and Golden Retrievers or any other dog, with some dogs kasi, ang nangyayari is we have hair and fur. So with Golden Retrievers and Labradors, they have fur. So once they achieve a certain length of their fur, it falls off. That's why they shed. Pero for like Frodo being a Shih Tzu, if you don't bring them to the groomer and then have their hair cut, it'll just gonna go long and long and long, and syempre they would just look shaggy. So there you go. Short answer: that's a myth. No dog
Okay.
is 100% hypoallergenic.
Marketing
Okay.
talaga, no? Oh, hypoallergenic. Ang
Oh
But
galing,
yeah,
ah.
they
man,
are much better for
marketing.
allergy sufferers. They're still better for allergy sufferers though. Kahit papaano, in a little way. Yeah?
Well,
What
a little bit, yes.
are
Not
you
me.
allergic, ba?
No, no, no,
Okay,
no.
got
I'm not
okay.
my ex was to cats and to certain dogs, but for Frodo, not at all.
I can
Hmm.
imagine, coach, no, kung may allergy siya sa aso, tapos tapos may voice over siya or dubbing. Tapos nababarado yung ilong.
No naman. Well, yeah, that's the problem. If I were allergic, I probably wouldn't have them because mahirap siya for work. Yeah. Even for
But
as a DJ, di ba?
I mean, pero kasi
Mm-mm.
syempre, like, we can always make that excuse when we're on air. Oh, like, I have a cold, or I'm not feeling
Yeah.
well. But like,
We've
pag
done that, yes.
diba? Pag magda-dubbing ka, tapos barado yung ilong mo, I considered, na yun, goner for the day. Is that right?
Yeah, because nag-iiba yung sound ng voice mo. For your natural voice, sometimes if you do a character voice, like when I do a Lola voice or I do a little kid's voice, hindi siya halata. Because, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I'm sure an ENT doctor would explain it better, but hindi siya halata. But with your natural voice, it will be halata.
Coach, kaya mo mag-Lola voice? Kasi hindi ko talaga kaya. For the life of me.
Alam mo, a lot of people say that they
I think
can't,
it's
but you
easy.
just have to be put in a situation and you can't. I think you can do a little kid's voice. Litan mo yung boses mo. Kaya mo yan. Come on,
Yeah,
Tina, just
maybe
do
I can do
it.
a little
Sige nga, Coach. Try mo Lola voice.
Yeah.
Lola voice.
Lola voice.
Oh,
Lola
gawa
voice.
ka na ng Lola.
Ano ba gagawin natin dito? Nasaan na ba ako?
Oh!
Tina!
Lolo, not constipated. Ano ba?
Yeah. So, pwede.
Yung ganun lang naman. Yung wag masyadong
Oh.
nawawala yung boses mo. So, mas mababa lang. Just a little bit lower. Go in that
Makinig sa
direction.
director, Coach. Makinig sa director.
Oh my God. Nakaka-pressure. Na-pressure ako. Ang galing. Oo.
So, is that how you
Parang-
work, Janice?
Yes.
Sa dubbing? Talagang, kami yung nasa mic, tapos ikaw yung nandun sa other end of the studio, and then
Yes.
you really direct them?
For people there are people who don't need any direction anymore, really. I'm just there to tell them what scene they have, which character they're going to do. But there are some people who could use a little bit of guidance, or at least if you have a particular idea of what kind of voice you want for this character to have, and you know this dubber can do it, sabi mo, can you make it higher? Can you make it more bata? Can you make it a little bit more twang? You have to direct them. Can you make it more maldita? Like, can you put more, taray in your voice? Just that. You can just push them in that direction a little. Parang regular directing of movies, but except for this time, you're doing it for voice actors.
Ang hirap din pala yan, no? I mean, wow.
Yeah,
Especially
not
if you have a
everybody can be
pro.
voice actors talaga. There are a
That's
lot of
why,
people who
Coach-
have great voices, pero if they can't act, kung hindi mo kayang manganak, hindi mo kayang umiyak, kung hindi mo kayang magalit, your voice, hindi mo mapantayan yung voice mo, hindi mo pantayan that of the character that you're dubbing, then it's not going to work. There are a lot of voice talents who do really well with commercials who can't do dubbing because hindi nila kaya mag multiple voices or they can't do the acting that's required for the dubbing.
Galing. Oh, Coach,
Galing.
diba? It's not. That's why I've never tried that. I've never
ito
tried
pala,
that side of
hindi ko
the industry.
napansin. It's a
Aww.
paw
Oh,
print.
there you go. It's a paw print.
I also
I'm
have a
gonna get
cat.
one.
Wonderful.
Sige.
Oh my goodness. Look at that.
Usually, I just show one finger, but this is a podcast, so I'll put all the fingers up. Strategically placed. Okay.
Well, so far, ang usapan namin with Podcast Network Asia, we can do whatever we want. So no restrictions.
Really?
Oh, so
Yeah. Wholesome tayo dito.
Yeah,
Yeah.
God.
Wonderful,
Coach, I want to thank
wonderful.
pala somebody. Steve and everyone at, give me 1 second. I want to get it right because I have a habit of saying stupid things sometimes. Mr. Steve Nardo, everyone at 7-in-1 Blow Pest Control Services. Thank you so much for the love. They sent us some disinfectant, Janice, for...
Ooh.
Yeah,
For
so
dogs?
thank you, Steve and Ivy. They also have, Coach, hindi ko lang kung paano siya i-pronounce. Bichon ba yun?
What?
Bichon.
A
Bichon.
Bichon Freeze or Bichon Frise. Dalawang
There you
pronunciation ganun.
go. Si Spanky, nakamask pa yan si Spanky, yung vision nila pag lumalabas sa kakalat. As in,
That's
super.
cute. That's
Oh,
super
is
cute.
it? I have another like dog related question. I think now is the time when it's like flea and tick season, pag maulan, isn't it?
Another wonderful question from our dog parent and voiceover pet parent.
Special guest.
Um,
Woo!
yes, spatial guest.
Is it
The
I call it flick season. Flea and tick
flick.
flick season.
Wonderful.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah, maybe we should use that. It's flick season. Okay. Pero
Oo,
here's the
ganda.
thing. Flick season is year round.
Okay.
Yeah, you can get it anytime, whether it's rainy season or the summer, even if you're probably in a four season country or continent, whether that's winter or spring or summer or
Okay.
whatever. And again, your dog is still at risk of getting fleas and ticks.
Oh, they're so
Mhm.
horrible. They just really latch on to him, even though he already had the ingestible. I mean, yes, they'll die after, but it doesn't stop from collecting, you know? Although now, okay na. But for a while, it's like you would see them dropping dead on the floor, and it's just a hassle to try to clean them up
Mhm.
or get them off him. But yeah, they're
What
becoming
what
more resilient. Hindi na nga
what do
nag-work
you
yung mga
use?
drops eh. Uh,
Ah.
Well,
Okay. So you use edibles na.
Oh, ingestible. I do it like
Okay.
once a year if the drops don't work, which they never do anymore. I think nagbago formula ng mga drops eh. I don't know.
Si
But yeah,
Coach.
ingestible na once a year.
Coach, you have trained and you have so many dogs in the facility. Um, what do you recommend for flicks?
all
Flicks.
right. Uh so ticks and fleas or flicks. So because it's a year-round problem, especially in a tropical country such as the Philippines, so mas mahirap because mas nagtathrive sila sa warmer climate. Okay, so it's a year-round problem. And at least ang best practice namin is if your dog does not have any fleas or ticks and you're not seeing any type of parasite, try to avoid any kind of medication. At least para sa akin, So of course we have friends who in the industry who actually recommend that, and we have friends who are vets and other pet care professionals. Pero in my own humble opinion, okay, I would try to veer off if there's no infestation. Parang
Yeah.
my dog, that's why it's important na parang you always check your dog. Always
Mhm.
check your dog on a daily basis. Run your hands through their whole body. Check uh, their paws. Check their any part of their body. Check their ears because it might be hiding there. So as much as possible, kung wala naman infestation, I would probably stay away from some of those medications. Kasi by the end of the day, and this is according to Dr. Karen Becker, by the end of the day, what you're giving your dog is actually pesticide.
Yeah.
So small amounts of pesticides. Of course, it's safe because it's been tested.
Yeah.
However, again, I would probably try to save their liver a little bit and ano muna, try to only use it when necessary. And well, you can always consult with your vet. Pero again, your vet would probably be the best person to ask kung kaya ng body ng dog. Kasi meron mga ibang dog like border collies, sensitive sila sa ivermectin. Okay? So mga ganun.
Okay. Okay.
Wala tayong border collie sa Pilipinas, do we? I haven't seen one.
I
We
haven't seen
do.
one.
We
We do.
do?
Have you
Pero
trained one,
it's
Coach?
kadalasan kasi yes, I have consulted and met a few border collies pero I've never really trained kasi well, dalawa yung nangyayari. Most border collies naman, they don't really need professional training. Yung mga dumadating sa akin is yung mga they're scared, they are under trauma. So basically they are trainable, pero again, they're super smart. That's why sometimes they can be hard to train then because they overanalyze. They're neurotic.
Talino na eh.
Uh,
Parang
sobrang
siguro
talino.
sabihin ng coach, coach, I know that already. Like,
Right. Pero again, border collies is not for everybody because they need space to run. And
Mm-mm.
marami
yeah.
nangangarap, oh, I want to have the smartest dog in the world, a border collie. Pero I live in an apartment, you will have problems.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why they
Yeah.
don't recommend big dogs in apartments because they need to run around a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And maybe that's why then na parang in some condos, they would not recommend um, parang having big dogs because I think it's for the pet parents as well. I mean, you have a big dog that might be too much of a hassle for you and the other people in the village or condo.
There are
Pero
there are a lot of people who are vocal, a lot of residents that who would complain about dogs, too much noise or they look scary if you are in the same elevator with them. Ay nako,
Yeah.
isa lang masasabi ko sa mga ganun na tao.
Yeah, tell
Please,
me about it. Please,
okay,
tell us.
tell us. To the people who are listening out there, if you are afraid of dogs or if you don't like dogs, there are countless other condominiums out there that don't allow dogs. Bigay mo na 'to sa'min. Sa'min na lang, dito na lang kami mga pet lovers. Kung takot ka, kung may phobia ka, ang daming mga condominium diyan na ayaw ng aso, bawal. It's so
Lumipat na.
easy. Hindi ba? Ang dali-dali lang naman ito, Common sense, girl. It's usually girls who are ano eh, who are afraid of the dogs. It's just common sense, girl. Ano ba?
No,
yeah,
Sorry,
no, kasi,
that's a pet peeve
totoo,
of mine talaga eh.
no, I
I
mean,
really,
girl, Janice ako, I get offended sometimes na parang
yes.
ang late ni Covey or even Frodo. Tapos yung pag may
Yeah.
makakasabay ka, coach, yung titignan sila na parang lalapain sila ng aso mo na parang, really? Oh yeah, like a 5-month-old wiener dog can do so much damage. Or like a
Yeah.
9-year-old Shih Tzu, diba? Parang, wow. Nakakatawa. Na-offend lang ako.
Yeah, I mean, you could hurt the dog more than it could hurt you. If the dog bites you, or maybe that's when we can talk and discuss uh, the consequences. But if they're not even doing anything to you, pag nagkakatinginan lang naman kayo, tapos magreklamo ka na, it's like, grow up, girl. Sorry.
Coach,
Yun
ano
lang.
sabi mo sa ganong behavior?
Mataray
Besides
ako when it comes to
the
people like
human
that.
behind the dog.
I am with you, naintindihan ko kayo, pero at the same time being a professional, I also try to understand where the other people are coming from. Pero yung nga, pag exaggerated lang yun ano, parang respect begets respect, right? So please respect me having my dog, which I consider part of my family. Pero and I will also do my fair share to give you that space. Pero again, kung hindi naman bawal sa condo, edi find another
Hindi bawal
condo,
sa
'di ba?
condo.
Ganun.
Exactly.
Oo.
Kung may phobia ka and you know it's a dog-friendly place and halos every other unit has a dog, I think it's you who's the problem and you should move out.
Right, right. Meron story a mall somewhere here in the south which is dog friendly.
Mm.
I was walking ano, parang we went there regularly before with Serena, my golden retriever. Tapos gumagamit kami ng elevator, okay? Pagbukas ng elevator, meron dun yun parang lola with the grandchild and then pag nakita kami, my dog was just sitting there, really behaved, highly trained dog, service dog level. Ang sinigaw ng lola, ay, aso! Sinigaw din ako, ay, bata!
Ay, naku, mga lola talaga. Lola din ang
Yeah, we love
problema ko
our
dati.
lolas.
Ay,
Stop being
matanda!
such a
Yeah,
lola. Yeah.
Janice, does Frodo have a favorite, does he have a favorite voice na you use that, di parang pag nag-voice acting ka, favorite niya, and then he just wags a tail and just seems happy when he hears it.
I don't know. Hindi ko napapansin. I guess it's just what I call him. It's like, Frodo! Frodo! Oh, titingin siya. Yun lang. Just high pitch and soft. Ganun lang.
All right,
And then
here's the
I
thing.
think it's because they get excited, diba? When you have an excited voice, they get excited as well.
Mhm.
So it's a level. Oh, go. What's the thing, Coach Francis?
All right, Janice, if you're going to give a voice to Frodo now, how would you picture the voice? If you're going to be voicing your own dog, so how I know how would you give
I
color.
can't do it. But because I named him Frodo, I can't do it, okay? Because it's a boy. Pero if I because I named him Frodo, I can only imagine Elijah Wood. Ganun siya
Oh,
ka-tame,
Ah,
ganun siya ka-gentle, ganun siya kabait. So
ah.
Elijah Wood is the voice I can picture him having. It's like,
diba?
Sam,
That would be wonderful if we can actually hear them.
you're my best friend, Sam.
You know what? One thing I noticed is with dubbing, at least in Japan, women actually dubs male characters like
Yes.
Ash from Pokemon. That's actually dubbed by a female.
Yeah, like
Really?
Nancy Cartwright voiced Bart Simpson.
Right.
If
Oh yeah,
little
well, oo
little
nga
kids,
no.
men can't really voice little children. So women voice young boys and young girls. I've voiced a lot of boys. I'm currently dubbing for a 5-year-old boy in a telenovela. So
Galing. Oh my
because yeah,
goodness.
guys can't do it. They can't go small. It's
Yeah.
very rare for them to have a small voice. Once the ball drops, it's gone. Sorry.
Yeah. So
Sorry.
for everybody who's just listening to the podcast, you should have seen Tina and my head just turn sideways as if a dog that went curious. About, huh?
Oo nga diba? Galing, ang galing. Um, what would is there meron kang dream dubbing project? Like if you were to redub like a movie,
Oh,
what would it be?
a
Like
movie,
if you
huh?
were just like, I want to redub this, I don't want to do it my way. Is there anything like a
Mm,
series or a movie?
gosh, that's hard.
Or ito na lang, sa
Mm.
atin lang naman to siya sa viewers natin. Anong movie yung tingin mo na masama ang dubbing? That they could have done a better job.
Oh my god.
Oh my God. Ano ba?
Meron yan,
Hmm.
coach professional to Isip.
Oh,
You're
parang they
gonna
could
put.
probably have made it so much better. Diba? Ano ba?
Diba? I'm sure there's gotta be one, Janice. There's
y-
gotta
y-
be one.
I can't name something that's local kasi madami mag-aaway sa akin
Ah!
after that.
Ah!
Wala eh. Everything that I see naman so far are okay.
All right.
Because
So how
I can't.
about we change it? What is your favorite dubbed project that you think it's just super well made?
Ang hihirap naman ng mga questions niya kasi hindi ko pa pinag-iisipan yan. But I think I would. Sige, eto. I'll say na I actually really enjoyed Money Heist. I think Money Heist did a good job.
Oh, oh, it's in
Oh.
Spanish kasi, di ba, coach?
Yes,
I've
Yes,
only
originally
seen
yes,
one
yes,
Spanish.
episode.
yes.
I've only
Yeah.
Oh,
seen
and
one
here,
episode.
there's a local one that I actually enjoyed. The Raid. It's not the Raid.
The
Sorry.
Rain?
What's that one? No. What's the one with Ann Curtis and she's like uh going through like the slums and she was with that wrestler
Oh,
or that MMA fighter
By Bust?
by Bust. It was dubbed in English and I watched that one. I believe it was on Netflix and I thought it was really really good. Very very good. Especially whoever dubbed
Wow.
the MMA fighter. Magaling.
Hmm.
I think they
Okay.
dubbed it in the States though. I don't think it's local. Otherwise, I would know. I would recognize some of the voices. Sometimes I can recognize the voices because it's a small circle of dubbers. So I'll automatically say, oh, alam kilala ko sino yung dubber na yan. So I didn't recognize anyone and their accents sound very Americanized, like my American twang. So Viba's
Hey.
American dubbing, English dubbing was very good.
Wow. Okay, I have to see. I don't think I've seen the movie. I'll check it out. I'll
There's
take your
also
word for it.
dubbing for animal. The Kingdom, yung Korean thing about zombies.
Yeah,
Oh
I
yeah,
love
the
that show.
series. Yes.
Yeah, the series. What I liked about that is that they dubbed it using Asian voices because it's Korean, diba? So you can hear the actors speaking in English, pero very Asian yung tunog nila. It's like
Right.
Meaning the accent.
the accent is very Asian, like
Right.
Chinese or
Okay.
Japanese or Koreanish, like parang uh, Hindi ko kaya.
It's not too whitewashed.
It's like, no, it's not whitewash at all. So
My
basically,
gosh, talaga.
it's
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
really
like,
good.
yeah, it's like if Michelle Yao was speaking in English. You can still hear the Asian accent of Michelle Yao, diba? Or ni
Right.
Zhang Ziyi. So it's like that. You can still hear it. And I thought that that brought authenticity to the show, it being
Mm-hmm.
Asian.
Right.
Meron
It's a
pa pala.
voice that
Meron
we
pala.
Asians can relate, I guess.
Mhm.
Right.
Pero walang Filipino doon malamang. Hindi mo walang Filipino. I'm pretty sure most of them were Chinese or actual Koreans.
Um.
Galing.
Wait. Are you able to probably hear now? Oh, this dubber is actually Filipino. I know
You
this
can tell. You
voice.
can tell the
Parang can you
difference.
tell? Because we can make mistakes. Eh.
Uh Probably some, it depends, pero I don't really hear a lot of, like, for Netflix, I don't think there are a lot of people or dubbed shows there that are from the Philippines, not that I know of. No,
Mm.
not really.
If
So
you're
for
going to dub,
beginners, ganun coach, ano? For
yeah, go
beginners like
Tine.
me and coach, anong
Uh-uh.
masasuggest mo if we want to get into dubbing?
It depends kasi what you want to do. Are you more comfortable doing English dubbing or Tagalog dubbing? Because those are the ones that us Filipinos can do.
Oh,
See, I didn't know that, coach.
yeah.
Diba?
Yeah. Kasi syempre, the Tagalized versions are the ones that we show locally, like the one that I'm doing, the one that's being shown on ETC. And the
The
ones that we
Turkish.
dub in, yeah, the one that we dub in English naman are the ones that are being sent out. Sometimes clients are from other countries like Mexico. I dub like Mexican telenovelas and they show it, like, let's say in Africa. Africans love, by the way, Filipino shows, Filipino dramas. Yeah.
Wow.
Kenya, Nigeria. I remember seeing like Kenya meets the Philippines on Facebook. At saka, kilala nila yung mga artista natin. Hurt na hurt sila yung Jadine broke up. Talaga, they had very strong opinions. Kenyans had strong opinions about that breakup. So they know a lot of us Filipino celebrities, actors and actresses, because those shows from ABS and GMA are sent there, dubbed in English.
Okay, wait.
Mm.
What is the title of the show again that you're currently dubbing and allowed to promote on ETC? It's a Turkish what? Hindi, kasi papanoorin namin ni
Yeah.
coach eh.
There should be a
Yeah, we have
replay
to
right
check that
now.
out.
I think they're doing a replay at this very moment.
What's the title?
Everywhere I Go.
Everywhere I Go. Ito ba yung may hot Turkish guy?
Oh my god, he's so hot. He's so guapo. Yeah. And I'm one of the
Because I was
I'm not really
warned.
well,
I was warned, coach, by like a friend of mine na ang mga Turkish telenovela daw, super like, ang hot ng guys. I haven't seen one, so I'm gonna watch yours.
Yes, please. My character's Ida, and the Lola that Frodo's afraid of is Layla. There are two women there. One is Layla, and then
Ida and Layla. Okay.
Ida
sige.
is the pretty best friend. I mean, there's three of them that are best friends. So I'm the
Okay.
one of them. Ida.
I will watch out for that.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
if we're gonna end this now, it's showing on ETC right now. Kasi may 3-episode premiere siya from last night that they're replaying today.
Galing.
Wow.
Oh.
And teka, ano ba yung mga binebenta mo dun sa ano? Kasi again, hindi ako makikit over dun sa ShopTV because at least
Galing, di ba,
for
coach? Gusto ko yun.
oo, parang
Grabe, ano binibenta?
paano ka magbenta doon sa ShopTV? Parang how
Benta mo
different
nga,
is it?
Janice.
I'm not the host though. I am not the host. So I'm not the one doing the exact beta, but all you gotta do is just dial 817-7000 to avail of this very particular product that you want. Only here on Shop TV.
Are you also the one who goes, but wait, there's more?
Yeah, but
Yes,
wait,
no.
there's more. All the time. But wait, there's more. If you buy one of these, I'm gonna give you another one for free.
Oh.
Yun na yun.
I don't think I'm ever going to be a dubber. I need a lot of work.
And voice
Ay, nako,
talent.
coach.
Voice
Sobra.
talent pwede. Like I said,
Yeah.
in the voice world, there are many avenues, right, Tina? You've explored
Mm-hmm.
several of them as well. So there's many things
Uh-uh.
to do in the voiceover world.
Well, now you know why I haven't explored dubbing. I can't even do a children's voice.
You haven't
So,
tried. So you're probably shy right now. We'll do it when we're drunk. Baka a couple of beers. A couple of beers will get it out of you.
yeah, i-video natin, tapos padala natin kay coach for approval.
Okay.
Anyway, coach, you want to
Janice, how
add
do you?
something
No.
else?
Well, maybe last few questions is, how do you how do you take care of your voice? Because it's super hard. I mean, me doing just this podcast on a regular basis, minsan napapagod na ako eh. So especially with you, you do voiceovers on a regular basis. So
Yeah.
how do you
I
take
have
care of your
no
voice?
idea. I used to be a smoker actually. I just quit like 10 years ago. So, but I
Like, kala ko naman like 2 months ago. 10 years
no,
ago.
but I mean, I've been doing voiceovers for like 15 years. So, it hasn't really affected. Wala. It just comes naturally, I guess, because us DJs, diba, we're always talking and talking and talking and talking. So, sanay na. Sanayan lang yan. Sanayan.
Mm-hmm.
Pero
It's
I guess,
scary, coach, to lose your voice because
oh yeah.
I had an encounter. I hosted a few events on in last December dahil 'di ba pag Christmas season nandun yung mga
Oh
hostings.
yes.
And I think I just overworked it. And then the following, no, I felt it. The last event I did,
Mm-mm.
parang nawala na lang, coach.
Ay, iba
And
kasi yun eh,
then,
because events, you tend to scream. You tend to, or not scream, but
oo.
yell. Like, naturally, lumalabas yung pagka-lakas ng voice mo. So, that's different.
Oo.
Napapasigaw ka
Natakot.
eh.
So, yeah, so I was on voice rest for 2 weeks last December. Dahil nawala talaga, coach. And it was so painful. So
Mm-mm.
painful talaga. So, but yeah, it's a scary time for people like us who depend on their voices.
When that happens, the voice actors have certain secrets. Of course, it's the ginger, yung salabat tea, or
Mm,
pepakwa. Pepakwa is so sikat with the voice actors, diba?
I love Pepa Kwa. Pepa Kwa.
That's a
Pepakwa.
candy, right?
No,
Syrup, coach,
mas
tsaka
maganda yung
candy.
syrup. The syrup
Yung
yung
syrup kasi
Oh,
better.
mas,
syrup.
Oh, it
ang
really
sarap
goes
niyan,
Oh.
down
coach, sa
nice.
lalamunan. Mm-mm. Uh, but wait,
Oh,
if you buy,
get a pepakwa. Basta sa mga Chinese stores. Available in all your regular Chinese stores.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you so much. You know what? The listeners of this podcast is for a hurry treat because we have our wonderful guest Janice who's just saying this wonderful
Thank you.
stuff and
And you're very,
with that
very,
voice, wonderful.
you're very, very lucky because you have the one and only Tina Ryan, who is a radio
Of
oh,
legend.
course.
I mean, Tina
Yeah.
Ryan has been like, I mean, an inspiration, and she's just always so game, you know? And she really brings people
oh,
together. She definitely brings people together. That's one of her very many beautiful traits.
Whoop,
thank you,
whoop.
thank you.
And thank you for having
All
me.
right. Well, before
Is she
we
gonna be your
end,
co-host for? Ano? I'm sorry, is she
yes.
gonna be your co-host for many more episodes? Oh, that's you're in very good hands then. Whoever else is coming up next in your next few episodes, oh, carry yan.
Yeah. So, she handles the voice else, and I just work with the dogs.
Ako ba yung first na guest nyo with Tina as your co-host, or were there others? Pang ilang,
um,
how many
pang ilan na
co-hosts
ba?
in,
We
nakailan
had
ka
a
na?
couple, right, Tina? We've had a couple.
Nakailan na.
Ah,
Oh, sige, sige.
Pero
Alright.
oh.
I
So,
think this
this is
episode
just,
is one of the best so far with really good internet connection on Tina Ryan's part.
so I
And
guess
you,
palaging
the
palpak yung,
passenger.
Right. So everything is the universe is in line because the connections are really great. We have a wonderful guest,
Oh,
so we're
if it
just so
doesn't work
thankful.
out for you again, Tina, you can always drop by here tapos you can use my internet. Dito ka na lang sa kwarto ko.
and then I'll be
Uh,
holding Frodo.
Yeah. Habang
yeah.
naglalaro si Frodo, tsaka, what's the name of your dog again?
Covey.
Kobe. Kobe. That's right.
Right. So
Janice, thank you so much for your time. Super,
Thank
super
before
thank you for
we
that.
let you go, Janice, we have this part of the show called the Zoomies Round. Tina played this when she guest on the show
Ay, excited
before.
ako.
But
Go, coach.
so this is a surprise for you. So it's called the Zoomies Round. All you have to do is answer the questions as
Uh-oh.
fast as you can. All right.
Mm.
So the first thing that comes to mind. So it's a series. So, are you ready, Janice?
Baka lumabas pagka-green ko dito. Sige.
Again, you can say anything you want. First thing that comes to mind. All
I might
right.
regret
So
that.
here goes. The Zoom is round for Janice. What's the best way to pick up dog poop?
With your hands
Which feels better
covered in
when you're
something
which feels better when you're picking it up, warm or cold?
warm.
If you were a dog, what dog breed are you?
Shih Tzu. I know, King Charles Cavalier. Oh, that was the second. Yeah.
All right. So, does size matter
Yes.
or a dog?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. What is the most memorable character you played or gave voice to?
Bea Alonzo.
Wow.
It,
Wow.
I'm her dubbing voice for A Love to Last and Sana Bukas Pang Kahapon.
That's
What?
interesting.
I'll
All
send
right.
you a link,
Serious?
girl. I'll send
I
you a link.
was
Huh?
I'm watching A Love to Last now.
Okay, well, wala sa Netflix yung dubbing, but I can show you a link.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
If Frodo could talk, do you think he would talk to you? What would he tell you, perhaps?
Mommy, can you please stop touching me all the time?
All right. Choose a million peso or hear Frodo's thoughts for 1 minute.
A million pesos.
I guess alam ko na yung sagot dito sa next question.
Frodo and I are
Choose
doing just fine.
$1 million or hear your dog's thoughts for 1 minute.
$1 million.
Oh, there you go. If you could
Mukhang
give your
pera.
dog,
Yeah, a million. 1 minute of dog thoughts. I know what he's thinking. Feed me. Let's go for a walk. I love you, mommy. Duh.
if you could give your dog the real or imaginary, what would it be?
Sorry, nag-black out yung audio. What was the question
Uh,
again?
if you could give your dog something, whether real or imaginary, what would it be?
Oh, an island to run around in without any leash.
Cool. Who is
Aw.
the dog behind the human for Janice Racelis?
Who is the dog behind the what?
Who is the dog behind the human for Janice Racelis?
Come here, Bing Bing. I call him Frodo Bang Bang.
There you go.
Oh, Frodo.
And thank you so much, Janice. That's the end for our Zoomies round. Well
Thank
done.
you.
Wonderful answer. A little bit of a trivia there for you.
I hope we
Diba?
can have her again, coach, in the future.
Yes, we would love you to guest again on future episodes.
Yeah, we
Janice.
can do like a little instead of a radio drama, it's a podcast drama, and I'll give you guys scripts, and you're all gonna act. You're gonna read it, and you're gonna have to act.
Oh my
Like
goodness, we're gonna be terrible. Let me just train a
you're gonna
dog.
be like, Tina, sabi ko sa'yo, wag mo ko sasaktan. Why did you cheat on me? And then
Oh
you'd be
my
like,
goodness.
yeah, well, too bad. You
Coach.
weren't fulfilling my needs. So, yeah.
Oh
Mag
Uh-huh.
radio
my
drama
gosh,
tayo.
Coach, that
I'll
should
write
be
a script.
good.
Yeah, yeah. As long as the story is about a dog, go. We can do that on one of
Yeah.
our
We'll do like a little
episodes.
radio dog drama. Or sige, we'll pretend you guys are dogs like in Look Who's Talking To. Di ba yung dog? Or
Galing. Oo nga.
and then
Hey,
and
coach,
then may mga-
let's explore that.
you're gonna
Yeah.
be reading and you're gonna be like, arf, arf. You're gonna have to do like growling sounds and stuff with lines, di ba?
Oh my
Like,
Ang
goodness.
galing.
cartoons.
Sige.
I'm
Let's
ready because
explore that.
we could totally do that.
Thank you
Well,
again for your time. Coach, anything else you want to add?
well, I enjoyed the show. Thank you for
Okay.
letting us meet the dog behind the human for Janice, which is Frodo. It's so nice to meet a well-behaved
Super
dog,
behave.
super, right?
Mhm. Thank you.
And well, I guess that's it for today's episode. And of
Oh,
course, before we say goodbye, meron pa akong ano, I would like to say thank you for the gifts that we got from VBAC. What was that? VBAC, X Disinfectant, and of course the cake from Gourmet Bakes. Thank you so much. So you can also
Gourmet
follow
blooms.
Gourmet Blooms. There you go. Tama ba?
Blooms,
Okay,
yeah.
right. And well, we'd also like to thank our editor and producer, Nikai Lucanias, for
Hi,
Podcast Network
Nikai.
Asia, and Irene Lorenzo Cleofas, who's on my end, fixing everything to make this podcast possible. So thank you again, Janice. Thank you so much for joining us on this
thanks very much.
episode. All right. So
Thanks,
again,
thanks, Tina. Thanks, Coach Francis.
Bye.
keep
Bye.
Good
healthy,
night, everyone.
keep safe, and don't forget to pet your dog. See you next time.
Are we
And
still on air?
it's ending. I think it ended already. Yeah, I think so.
Ang likod ko sa camera, Coach. Kasi nakatayo ako sa katalikod ko.
What?
Yeah.
Nakatayo ka ba ngayon?
Nakatayo ako kasi wala pa.
Oh,
I am still
no.
setting up my ano. It's okay.